Today we are talking about scholarships. Recently we talked about scholarships, but we didn't mention specific scholarships that you could apply to. But today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll be discussing some scholarships that you can apply to right now. They are open right now. Some of their deadlines are from April 30th, you go into May and June. So as you watch this video, get ready to start applying before you run out of time. Let's get straight into it. Now, let's start with the first one, which is the Australia Awards Scholarships. Now, this is from the name, you can tell this is by the Australian government, administered by the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Now, the aim of this is to contribute to the development needs of Australia's partner countries in line with bilateral and regional agreements. These are some of the benefits of the Australia Award scholarships. As you can see, full tuition fees, return air travel, establishment allowance. This includes, accommodation, expenses, textbooks, and so on. And then you have contribution to living expenses, a fortnightly contribution. This means like every 2 weeks. That's what fortnightly means. So they're going to be covering your living expenses too. Now, this is a definition of a fully funded scholarship. I haven't even gone down to the end, but like everything is covered that you need, including health and so on. So make sure you check out more of the benefits. I'll put the link to all the scholarships that we're going to discuss in the description. So make sure you go in details to any one of them that interest you. But I advise you to apply for more as you go on. So these are some of the conditions. This is actually catchy. Applicants who want to accept an Australia Award scholarship will need to sign a contract with the Commonwealth of blah blah blah, declaring that they comply. Yes, this is the interesting one. Scholars are required to leave Australia for a minimum of 2 years after completing their scholarship. Failure to do so will result in the scholar incurring a debt for the total accrued cost of their scholarship. What I understand is that after you graduate, you have to leave Australia. Like they're encouraging you to leave Australia so that you go and apply what you learned in your country. This is how I'm seeing it. It's not that bad. Now, this is how to apply. There is a lot of information here. The number of countries that are eligible, the opening and closing dates, and then the participating institutions. Let's start with the participating countries to know which countries are eligible. A lot of countries are eligible here, as you can see: Asia, Pacific, Middle East, Africa, and so on. Let me use my country as an example. I am from Nigeria, so let's go to Africa. Now, as you can see, these are the countries that are eligible in Africa: Algeria, Egypt, my country, Nigeria. So we are good to go. My Nigerian people, you can apply for this too. And then for you to get more information about this, you need to download this document. That's where you see all the information that you need. These are the benefits. Let's go through some of the eligibility criteria. As you can see, you have to be a minimum of 25 years. These are the countries like I showed you earlier. As you can see, the deadline is 30th April. So make sure you hop on this and you apply. Go to this website, log in and apply. Good luck in your application. Now let's go to the next one. Now the next one is the Khalifa University scholarships in UAE. This is for masters and PhD. So as you can see, here are some of the benefits for the master's scholarship. They're going to cover your tuition fees, textbooks provided by the university, accommodation, medical insurance, flights to and fro, and then they're going to cover your application fees, for visa and all. This is also fully funded. And it should be noted that considering that this scholarship is offered by Khalifa University, so as you're applying for the university, you're automatically applying for the scholarship. Like applicants are not required to submit a separate scholarship application. So just hope, just wish that you'll be taken because the number of available scholarship slots is limited. And also, the way their scholarship is, they have different tiers. You see, tier one and two, they get this package, but tier three and four are not fully funded. So the goal is to get tier one and tier two. So I wish you the best as you go through this. There's also PhD tier one. They get full coverage of their tuition fees, basic monthly stipend, and so on. Just make sure you look through to get more information about this. Now, to apply for this, since you don't have to apply for the scholarship separately, so you're going to apply like you're applying just direct for admission to the university. So you click apply now. As you can see, the deadline for postgraduate is 30th April. So as you see this, make sure you apply as quickly as possible. Click here for admission requirements. Now, these are some of the requirements for the postgraduate study. Now, as you can see, you need to write an English proficiency test. You need a particular, GPA and so on. So this is where you get everything. You get all the information about this statement of purpose and so on. So if you're really interested in this, make sure you check it out. I wish you the best. Now let's move to the next one. Before we go into the next one, if you are getting a lot of value from this, make sure you support us by liking and subscribing and even commenting. If you have any questions on some of the scholarships, feel free to ask. On to the next one. Now we have the Singapore International Graduate Award. Now this is in collaboration, between the Agency of Science for Technology and Research and some universities. So make sure you check this out. And it's good to point out that this is only for PhD. As you can see, the application deadline for January intake is 1st June. So you have some time. These are some of the research areas that they cover: biomedical sciences, computing and information sciences, engineering and technology, and physical sciences. This is where you have all the information about the scholarship. This is the coverage of the scholarship. It's going to cover your tuition fees. It's going to be monthly stipend, flight, one-time settling allowance, and so on. This is also fully funded. Like I mentioned earlier, all the scholarships that we'll be reviewing today are fully funded. Now, this is the application procedure. And then these are the requirements. You need to have your bachelor's or master's academic transcripts, recommendation, IELTS, English proficiency test, and so on. So good luck as you apply to this too. Let's move on to the next one. Now we've talked about scholarships for masters and PhD. This particular one is for undergraduates only. It's going to be at the University of Miami, United States of America. So when you click on the site that is provided below, it's going to bring you to this stage. Now this is where you're going to get all the information for the scholarships, eligibility criteria. Now, as you can see, the deadline for this scholarship is till November 1st, so there is some time. This is where you click, to get the requirements for the scholarship to see whether you're eligible for it. These ones have an application fee, but that's life. It's a risk that you have to take. So make sure you follow the process. You submit the common application, provide your transcripts, provide your test scores. For this, there are different, tests that you can do. If you've not written the ACT or the SAT, there are other options, the TOEFL, the IELTS, even Duolingo English test. I was shocked when I saw this. But anyway, these are some of the documents that you need to provide if you're applying for this. So good luck as you apply for this too. And if you're looking for masters or PhD scholarships, you can share this to your younger ones that are going for their undergraduate studies. Now on to the next one. We've talked about scholarships from other countries. Now we are going to talk about scholarship from the country that I studied, which is Russia. This is Skoltech University in Russia. It's in Moscow, or around the outskirts of Moscow. It's a very good university. So if you click the link provided below, it's going to bring you to this stage where to this page, sorry, where you get all the information that you need. Skoltech University is a university in Moscow region by the Skolkovo village. These are the admission requirements. So this is for masters and PhD. Who can apply? Domestic and international students. Now these are some of the following areas of study. You have mathematics, technical science, applied science, physics, chemistry, biology, or related areas. So here you are provided with all the information that you need, how the process is going to be done. You're going to need a motivation letter, your resume, 2 letters of recommendation, and so on. There's also going to be English language proficiency test, financial aid. As you know, this is also fully funded. This is the amount that is going to be paid for master students, 40,000 rubles, which is roughly 400 and something dollars. Then for PhD, it's 70,000 upwards, and 70,000 would be 700 and something dollars, which is not bad for the location that you're in. So this is the Skolkovo University Scholarship. If you have any questions, you can get your answers here. To apply, just click the one you're going for. Is it the master's or the PhD? Just click there and you'd get more information, you get more direction. Now this is the deadline for the scholarship for your application is July 15th, 2024. Now the next is the President Scholarship for this university, Lanzhou University of Technology. This scholarship covers your tuition, accommodation, and a stipend of CNY. I assume that's the yen, 15,000 yen per year. These are some of the general requirements. Applicants must be a citizen of a country other than China and must be in good health. Depending on what you're applying for, these are the age limits. So if you're applying for masters, you should be a bachelor's holder under the age of 35. Wow, that's quite flexible because a lot of programs they like limiting it to 30, 28, 26, and so on. This is quite flexible. So even if you're 34 and you want to go for masters, you can apply for the scholarship. These are some of the academic qualifications. Minimum GPA of 3.0, though they didn't indicate which scale. Is it over 4 or over 5? I'm assuming as you browse this site, there will be more information, to clarify the scale they are talking about here. And then it's important to note that all programs are taught in Chinese. So if you're up for the challenge, why not? You should try and get this HSK4 certificate. This is a challenge, to be honest. That's how I studied in Russia too, using the Russian language. So it's not that bad. You can do it. And this is for undergraduate students, masters, and PhD students. I like this page. All the information is just on one page. You don't have to be clicking up and down. These are some of the documents that you need when you're applying. A scanned copy of your highest diploma, could be any one of them. You see, if you're going for masters, you need your bachelor's. If you're going for PhD, you need your masters, and so on. Your transcripts, copy of your passport, your research plan, and so on. I'm assuming this is for PhD, letter of recommendation, and so on. So make sure you do check some of these links for more information about the scholarship. If you want to apply online, make sure you go to this link to apply. Let's go on to the next one. Now, the next scholarship is the Global Korea Scholarship. This is a scholarship offered by the Korean government. Wow, this is interesting. In 2024, the Korean government aims to invite 2,200 international students for 2024 Global Korea Scholarship Program for graduate degrees. This is interesting. This shows that there is a higher chance of getting the scholarship as they're looking forward to, take more international students. Now, to get more information about this, just download some of these documents to apply and to get the application guidelines and so on. So if you click this, it's going to download some documents. Now, as you can see, this is where the application guidelines are for graduate degrees. This document provides you with everything you need to know about the scholarship. Now let's go over some of the most important information, which is the eligibility, the benefits, the deadline, and so on. So for this program, they offer masters and PhD, and it's important to know that for the masters, you're going to learn the language for 1 year, then plus 2 years for your degree program. And for PhD, it's also 1 year for the Korean language program, and then 3 years for the degree program. For the fields of study, it's indicated that all academic fields established by the GKS, which is the Global Career Scholarship, participating universities. These are the available universities for the scholarship. Wow, that's a lot of universities. Down here, you have the countries. Where's my country? Nigeria. Nigeria, only 7 people will be taken. Wow, that's not a very large number. I think the country with the largest is China. Then Malaysia has 22. Which country again has a big number? Wow, Indonesia. People from Indonesia are going to be taking a lot for this scholarship. And India. But anyway, wherever you're from, this shouldn't deter you from applying. Even if it is one like Grenada, you might be that one person that will be taking for the scholarship. So good luck as you apply for this. Make sure you check this document for all the information that you need. For eligibility, we check the countries that they're going to be taking already. For more information, the age limit, you must be under 40 years. Your previous GPA, for your bachelor's, if you're going for master's, it should be equal or above 2.64 if you're using the 4.0 GPA scale. And then for the 5.0 GPA scale, you must be equal or above 3.23. More information is provided here, so make sure you do check them out. Now on to the next one. Now the last one for this video is the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarships. You get a chance to study for a 2-year master's degree at an ACU member university in a low or middle income country. Now, what they mean is that for this scholarship, it's not just one country that you're going to. You're going to be choosing from one of these countries that are provided. You're either going to this university, the University of the South Pacific, or you go to Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Mauritius, Papua New Guinea, South Africa, and so on. You see, the list keeps going on. So you choose the one that you want. If you were to ask me, I'll probably go to Ghana or Mauritius, I don't know. And then also take note of the courses that they offer. They have civil engineering here, mechanical, physics, and so on. In Ghana, you get to, for Ghana, you have to go to the university, you have to go to their link to get the available programs. And for the requirements too, you have to choose the one that you want to get all the information that you need. So this is also a great opportunity, especially if you're abroad, you're in Europe, you're in America, you're in Asia, and you want to, travel around. you want to leave your country to another country, this is a great opportunity, to go to South Africa, come to West Africa, come to Ghana. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to travel and study at the same time. And there you have it, the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth scholarships. I would like to round up by encouraging you to apply. Even if you don't think that you'll be accepted, you just never know. So just keep trying. You never know whether that is your calling and so on. Even if you think that you didn't have a first class, maybe you have a second class, just keep trying, because some of these universities, they are not only checking your academic performance, they are looking into the kind of person you are. Are you going to thrive in their academic environment, and then what are you going to do after you graduate and so on. So there are a lot of factors that they look into when they are given scholarships. So just try, maybe you're the right fit for the scholarship. If you want more information about scholarships, check out the last video we recorded about scholarships. There you have more insights on where and how to get more scholarships, because as you know, the more you apply, the more chances of you getting one. Wishing you good luck on your search. Thank you very much for watching. Signing off now. See you on the next one.